territory as a club going to the quarterfinals. First of all, how's the mentality like going to the game?
Yeah, exactly like it was against Pirates. You know, it's our first experience in a cup competition. It's very exciting for the club. Very exciting for 70% of our team that's never played in a cup competition before. So something for us to look forward to as a club. Once again, less pressure on us being the underdogs, and that's we should use to our advantage. But yeah, just pleased that our players keep surprising us, keep fighting, keep trying to execute what we work on. And we go now to Mobela and we try to cause another upset like we've done in recent weeks.
Coach, yesterday you talked about, the team being one of the fittest in the league, because you've traveled, I think the previous 2 games you're traveling, you came back home, and then now you're traveling again to Mbombela. What kind of, maybe body stress does that put into a team that is failing you in the league?
Yeah, listen, I keep saying this about Pedro Picaro, our fitness coach. A lot of people may not know his dad coached at the highest level in Brazil for Palmeiras for many decades. His dad is still currently teaching at the university. His first cousin is the current fitness coach of the Brazilian national team, senior national team. So this is in their blood, and I've worked at him at Arrows, I've worked at him at Chipper, and I know how good he is at what he does. And if it wasn't for him, I think we'd be losing games 4s and 5s, because this team, as everyone has witnessed, fights tooth and nail from the first to the 90th minute, and you can only do that if you're well conditioned. So I must thank him for the work he's doing at the club. And it just allows us, to stay in games. Whereas had we not been this fit, we would have been brushed aside a lot more easier. So I said it from day one, our organization as a team and our fitness is what's going to bring us results this season. And those are 2 key components for our success this season. So very, very happy. Also, when you look at the effort the players are making, like I said, it was not an excuse to say that we flew at 9 o'clock on Sunday night, arrived at 11 at OR Tambo Sunday night. There was an accident on the highway. We were held up for another 45 minutes, arrived here at 5 in the morning Monday, and Kaizer Chiefs had played on Saturday. So what we went through, and to then put such a performance up with the same players who played against Cape Town City and Orlando Pirates, amazing work by the team. So something I am very, very proud of. And with this fighting spirit, I think we can cause a few more upsets along the way.
Coach, what are you guarding against going into the weekend's game?
I think in this game, we've got nothing to guard against, really, Whatever we achieve in the cup is going to be a bonus. Everybody knows our priority is to keep the team up. So if we go to the semi-finals, it's going to be a bonus. And I just think it's an opportunity once again just to enjoy football, to use the occasion to showcase your talent, and for players to market themselves as well. I always hear that, Madao from Sundowns played for Magesi. Look where he is today, arguably the best right back in the league, and he made a move from a small club like Magesi, and it's an opportunity for others to do the same. Your performances speak volumes for you, and hopefully some of our boys by the end of the season will be spoken about and can also get good moves to take their careers forward.
Coach, you rightfully always points out the lack of experience in this team, but also you have got people like Chipezeze who have won cups before. There's some of the players that you're going to count on experience as well into these games.
Yeah, listen, without those few experienced players, we would really struggle. And if you look at the experience in our team currently, it's Mzava, Chipezeze, and Dapo. It's the 3. The rest are relatively inexperienced, So So those three are really stepping up, which they've got to. I thought all three of them played well last night, so and we need big performances from our senior players. That's what they're here for, We can't allow the kids who have got 6 games behind them to be the ones carrying the team and giving us the big performances. Our senior players have got to step up. And like I mentioned, the 3 last night did just that. Elvis, Mzava, as well as Samuel Dapo. So it's very, very important for us. And we're hoping the other few that we've got as well, when given the opportunity, will do the same.
Coach, you have an opportunity obviously to get to the semi-finals after this weekend. When you started the season as a new club in the PSL, obviously the ambitions are limited when it comes to cups. You have 3 opportunities, obviously the league and the cup and the 2 cups that are there. Do you now change these ambitions? Do you feel you can go further? What was the idea at the beginning of the season?
Well, for me, nothing changes. Maybe other people in the club may give you a different perspective on how they feel after the way we've started. But for me, nothing has changed. I always said keeping the team up as well as having a good cup run, for me, is going to be a successful season, So my viewpoint has not changed. From day one, I've always said good cup run in 1 or 2 of the cups and keeping the team up. Based on what happened last season with Cape Town City in particular, Cape Town Spurs, sorry. It was so important for us to make sure we put points on the board early and try to do well in the cup. And yeah, we want to go all the way. I'm a coach who is very ambitious. I push my boys, sometimes they don't like it because I push them so hard. But I do so because, especially at a club like this, you've got to squeeze out every ounce of potential in every single player in order for the team to be competitive. And that's why I push them as hard as I do. And some crack in the process and fall by the wayside, and others embrace my demands. And the ones who embrace my demands are the ones who go on to do well. And right now we've got more embracing than cracking, and that's good for the team.
Coach, someone, Wonder Boy Makubu, is he someone who can, bank goals given time, patience?
Yeah, it depends on what the team does. Yesterday we put a good cross in and Wonder Boy showed what a good finisher he is. So it just depends on how clinical we are in creating chances for him. He's proven last season that he can finish with his head, with his left, with his right. Very few strikers have that ability. I mean, we played against Orlando Pirates, and Sisani had a nightmare, not because he played bad, because Wonder Boy Makubu gave him problems. We played against Cape Town City. Their best defender, Cupido, had a torrid time. Why? Wonder Boy Makubu made him look ordinary. These are top quality defenders. So it speaks about Wonder Boy's ability, his pace, the way he presses. I'm yet to see a striker that works as hard as he does. We're blessed to have a player like him. And it's our job now as a team to create the goals for him. And I feel that's where we are lacking. We are not creating enough chances for our striker to put those goals in. But he's got 2 out of 6 league games now. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Wonder Boy gets into double figures because that's the quality that he has.
Coach, it's clear that you want to build a team that plays with high confidence and continuity. I mean, in terms of that, how do you make sure that you keep that happening?
Yeah, listen, continuity comes with good performances. And just continuity, not only in performances, but in team selection too. If you look at our last 3-4 games, we haven't tinkered much with the team. And it's paying dividends, And they say in football that you get consistency from consistent team selection. And that is proving us right, So it's up to the other players who are not playing to now really push for a place in the starting team. But let me tell you, with the work those players are doing, it's going to be difficult. You know, it's going to take a really poor game or an injury, such as has been the performance of the guys that have played the last 3 games. But that is what football's about. And when the others get the opportunity, they've got to grab it with both hands. And that's the beauty of football. You can be in one minute and out the next, and you've got to work very hard to remain in.
Coach, you said at the beginning that you are the underdogs. That's based on history and your standing as a new team in the league. But based on results and what you've done, some people will suggest you go into this one as well.
I totally disagree with that. There's absolutely no ways we can be considered favorites. And like I said, if you look at every game we've played, we've had less possession than the opponent, which means the opponent has been better than us. Maybe we've been more clinical, maybe we've been very organized defensively, but there's absolutely no ways we can go into any game in the Premier League as favorites.
Against the TS Galaxy.
Even against the TS Galaxy, who have had 6, 7, 8 window periods to build a team over 3 consecutive seasons with their coach. And I have had 1 window to bring in a few players who are sitting at home. You know, so the difference is with each window period, you try to strengthen, and each season the team gets stronger. Stellies has been an example of that. Galaxy have been an example of that. You look at the players that Amazulu have brought in, Chippa have brought in. You can see that the teams, in terms of quality within their squads, how strong they are. You know, so for us, we love the underdog tag. You know, and we love it because when you win or draw with these giants, it makes that success taste even more sweet.
Coach, I guess one of the things when you're watching football, you know, attackers and wingers are always noticed in terms of, you know, what they're able to deliver. But now when you come back to the combination between Dapol and Atletico in the middle of the park, the amount of pressure that they absorb to make sure that the team keeps playing on the side.
Yeah, listen, I was just saying to my coaches on the way to training this morning that between Dapo, Kakora and Makoa, the amount of pressure they apply in that midfield third and the number of times they force opponents to pass sideways and back, it's amazing. The work rate, the energy they bring to the team is unbelievable, you know, and that is a big reason why, besides last night, we've not conceded so many goals in the league, and we had only conceded before the Chiefs game. We had only conceded 3 in 5 games, and the reason for that is Elvis has got a lot of protection. Yesterday, 1 save from a weak Chivaviro header, 1 shot on the ground straight at him. He didn't have much to do, but the players in front of him, the work that they do to protect him has been amazing. So very, very happy with the work ethic in the team, you know. And like we always say, it's a team effort. No one player will carry this team. And right now we're proving that if we all work hard together, we can overcome all the odds.
Coach, you speak about tough competition and consistency in terms of team selection. Is that why perhaps experienced players like Mutupa and Siputa, new signings, have found it hard to break into the team?
It's very simple that the players playing in their positions are doing way better than they are. Makubo and Gift, Mashigo, Chirambadare and Sehota. That's the reason why they're not starting. It's because players playing in their positions, their form currently is putting them ahead. So, and I'm the type of coach who would go with a player that's in form instead of a player that, you know, is struggling for form or is not working as hard. I'm not saying that, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they're not working hard. I'm just saying currently the form of the Chirambadare, you saw him last night, the form of the young Mashigo are keeping them in the team.
Thank you. Thank you, Coach.
Pleasure.